Goku and Vegeta continued their training on Beerus' plan and gained a better handle on Super Saiyan Blue, but they still don't forget their main forms, Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct, and they try to evolve them somehow, but they only get a better handle on it. But after some time, Goku is getting a little bit bored. He really wants a good fight. It has been a year since Goku Black, so he decides to go to the Zennies and task for the tournament that he promised. The Zeno thinks it is a great idea and that they'll start right away, and after some time, the Grand Priest arrives at the Supreme Kai's planet and announces the Tournament of Power. But before that, there'll be an exhibition match between Universe 9 and Universe 7, so they tell Goku to gather 2 more fighters to fight. First one was Goku, obviously. Then the second one is Gohan, since he has been keeping up with his training and should be a powerful asset, especially with his newly unlocked ultimate form. And the third one, well, it's hard. Vegeta can't go since he's waiting for his newborn, and Majin Buu is dead in this scenario, so who will it be? I think it would be Piccolo, since he's practically the strongest besides the Saiyans. So Piccolo has been recruited to the team, and they go to Zeno's Palace, where the exhibitions begin. The first fight is between Basil and Piccolo, and since Piccolo is strong in his own right, I think he should be able to handle Basil, so Piccolo wins his fight. The next fight is between Gohan and Lavender, but Gohan having his ultimate form and being way stronger than his canon self, he easily beats Lavender even if poison hits him, so Gohan wins his match. And then the last fight is between Goku and Bergamo, and I don't even need to mention that Goku wins this easily. He doesn't even need to go blue to beat him. Super Saiyan God is more than enough for him. And Bergamo is eventually defeated, with Universe 7 easily winning the exhibition. Top still comes and challenges Goku, but Goku curb stomps Top in his Super Saiyan Blue state, but Top is still a formidable opponent. But when Goku is ready to step it up, the Grand Priest stops the match. Goku is a little bit bummed out that he didn't manage to show off his full power, but he can always show off in the tournament. After the rules have been set, everyone returns back home, and the team recruitment is actually basically the same, because even if Majin Buu isn't here, he wasn't even at the tournament at all, so they just pick Frieza a little bit quicker. And when the team is set, they travel to the world of Void, and the tournament begins. And now, I won't cover much of the tournament since the team roster is basically the same. The only difference is that everyone is stronger, and I can actually see Piccolo and Krillin using their cloning technique that they learned on Yarjat, that they make 9 copies of themselves, so to back everyone up. And it would be hard to knock out Universe 7, and Krillin doesn't get knocked out immediately, since first, not only there's a Piccolo clone, so he can grab him if he falls, he also has instant transmission, so he should be able to avoid Frost when he tries to eliminate him. But even with these amazing techniques, it doesn't change a lot. Another difference is when Goku and Hit team up against Dispo. They may be friends like normal, but they still have a mutual respect with one another. And with Goku's power being way beyond his canon self, Dispo is knocked out early. But the biggest change is when the first fight between Goku and Jiren. Jiren needs to put up a lot more effort against this Goku, because even in his Super Saiyan Blue state, he's definitely stronger than even Kaioken times 20 Goku. So Jiren is being pushed a little bit, but not by too much, since he just releases more power and is able to beat Goku. And Goku's surprised. It has been a while since he had a challenge like this, and this is getting a little bit exciting, because he can finally show off his full power against this powerful opponent. And he tells Jiren to prepare himself, because he will be one of the few opponents that he uses this form. Jiren is confused and curious at the same time, and says Goku to bring it. So Goku closes his eyes and turns back to base, breathes in and breathes out. When he opens them, they are shining silver, with his hair also turning bright silver. Then a silver aura surrounds him, and every god of destruction and angel are shocked. Did they hear rumors about a mortal unlocking Ultra Instinct, but they never believed it? Everyone looked at Whis, who is just smiling. Jiren is surprised as well, because the mere presence is a little bit intimidating, and Goku, being as calm as he is, tells Jiren to bring it. Being mocked at Jiren rushes at Goku and tries to land a punch, but none of his fists connect. He's still suppressed, so he keeps unleashing more power, but it does nothing. He just avoids it all. Even when he goes full power, which helps somewhat, he still can't land a single hit on Goku, and he counters back with way more power. But Jiren declines it. It's impossible. No one's stronger than him. He keeps rushing at Goku, though the results are the same. But then suddenly, Top, in his God of Destruction form, attacks Goku, which catches him off guard, but he's still able to dodge his move. Jiren is confused and asks Toppo what is he doing, and Toppo says that they need to team up because Jiren won't be able to beat him alone. Jiren hates the idea, but he has to agree. So Jiren and Toppo begin to fight together, which pushes Goku a little bit. Not by too much, but it's still a challenge. But then Toppo gets blasted by someone, and Goku smiles. It was Vegeta. And he tells Kakarot that he can handle Jiren and he'll take out this other candidate because he's interested with his form of God of Destruction energy. When Toppo gets back up, he sees Vegeta ready to go. He powers up to Ultra Ego, and Toppo can see the similarities. It seems that this guy is also a candidate for God of Destruction. It is interesting, but he has no time for that. He needs to go help Jiren, so he rushes Vegeta, hoping to finish this fight quickly. But Vegeta easily overpowers him. It's weird, even though they're using the same power, Vegeta seems way more powerful in his own God of Destruction form. Vegeta says that while Toppo's power is impressive, it is nothing against Ultra Ego. He fires a final flash, which knocks Toppo out of the ring. Back with Jiren and Goku, Goku eventually defeats Jiren and also knocks him out of the ring. And the others deal with the other Pride Troopers, so Universe 11 was erased early. And Gohan comes to Goku and uses his healing ability to fully restore Goku. And he thanks to some. And now, the rest of the tournament is now a breeze. People like Kefla, Hid, or Anilaza are no match for Ultra Ego Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Ultra Instinct Goku, and a more powerful Golden Frieza. So, after some time, Universe 7 easily wins, with them barely having any eliminations on their team. Goku is crowned the MVP, and is given the wish with the Super Dragon Balls. And Goku being Goku, he wishes for all the universes that were destroyed to come back. And the Zenos are happy, because Goku wished for what they want. So they brought back all the universes, and everyone returns back home. Now, the Broly movie is a little bit confusing, since Frieza didn't help that much during the tournament, but to make it interesting, let's just say Frieza still gets revived, and he's looking for more allies. Because he knows that even with his great potential, there's no way he can deal with the Saiyans alone. But then, Chila and Lemma return with Broly and Paragus. Frieza can sense the overwhelming power of Broly. He's confident they can now go to Earth and gather the Dragon Balls. The movie goes the same until the fight between Vegeta and Broly, and it's pretty much one-sided, because even Vegeta in his Super Saiyan form is more than enough. He doesn't even need to go God. And when Broly turns Ikari, then he needs to go God. But it is more than enough for Broly, and he knocks him out. Vegeta says that was pretty disappointing, and asks Frieza if that's really all he got. Frieza gets mad for the disappointment of that Saiyan, and he's ready to kill Paragus out of anger. But then Goku teleports in front and kicks him away. Frieza instantly transforms into his golden form. That's fine, he'll deal with these monkeys himself. Goku's ready to fight, but Vegeta stops and says he wants to handle this one because he had the last fight against Frieza, so now it's his turn. Goku wants to protest, but it makes sense, so he lets him fight. Vegeta powers up to only Super Saiyan Blue, and Frieza's confused. Is he mocking him? Why is he not using that purple hair form? It's definitely stronger. How dare he mocks the Emperor? Vegeta laughs. Oh, he wanted to see his full power. Well, he asked for it, so he powers up to Ultra Ego, and he pummels Frieza, with him Frieza having no chance to fight back. And after a quick and one-sided fight, Vegeta kills Frieza for good, destroying him. Now there will be no set of Dragon Balls bringing him back, and the other forces leave out of fear. Vegeta goes to Paragus and tells him that he won't kill him, but he needs to understand that his revenge is foolish. It was his father who banished him, not him. He was only a baby. After taking some time to process about what Vegeta said, Paragus thinks that it is pretty stupid to blame his son even though he did nothing wrong. Eventually he forgets Vegeta. After some time, Broly also wakes up with Chila and Lomo being beside him, and they wonder what will they do next. And Goku invites him to stay on Earth because maybe Bulma can help them get a house or something. And he really wants to train Broly because he can see that he has massive potential, because even though he couldn't keep up with them, with enough training, he should be able to surpass even them. With them not having any connection with Frieza Force anymore, they decide to stay. A couple days pass, and Broly is getting used to his life on Earth. This planet is actually pretty nice, unlike Vampa, and he managed to make a lot of new friends. But then one day, the Galactic Patrol arrived to seek Goku's help to defeat an ancient wizard who escaped prison, and his name is Moro. So the Moro arc doesn't change too much, only that Boo is dead, so they decide to bring Goku and Vegeta along. Broly decides to stay on Earth, just in case, so Goku and Vegeta travel through space, and the fight between Moro and Vegeta also happens the same, until they find out that Moro is beginning to absorb their energy, and Vegeta decides not to hold back anything and goes Ultra Ego, which is pretty much overkill against this Moro with no wish. And I would say he would die, but let's make it a little bit interesting. Because of Vegeta's cockiness in his Ultra Ego state, Moro is able to exploit that and cause a distraction, which he uses to escape. He hides, lowering his ki. While that was happening, Jackal was looking for the other guy, but he cannot find him. It seems that while Moro was escaping, he took that warrior with him. The two hide in a cave, and the Frieza Force soldier asks Moro what will he do now. Moro says that they're surprisingly stronger than he thought, and if he fights them now, he knows that he's no match. So for now, he'll hide here, and he'll use his limited magic to absorb this planet. And after some time, they will have to escape, and he should be powerful enough to beat them. So Moro does the waiting game. While Goku and Vegeta and Jackal look for Moro, they try to use instant transmission, but with Moro's magic, they can't pinpoint his location, so they are just randomly looking, and they can sense that their energies are being taken. The search takes hours, and when they do eventually find him, Moro looks different. He seems more muscular, less decrepit like last time, and his beard has shortened. Moro thanks them for their energy. They made an amazing snack, but now it's time for them to die. Goku and Vegeta power up as much as they can, but the most they can go is Super Saiyan 2. They still try to fight, but now it's meaningless. Moro has drained too much energy and just beats them easily. When the fights end, Moro looks back at his goon and tells him that they should look for the Dragon Balls now, since there will be no distraction, and the two fly off and the search for the Dragon Balls, and leaving Goku and Vegeta for dead. But a couple of Namekians find them, and they're able to heal them. And surprisingly, the rest of what happened in New Namek goes the same. With mirrors coming, the two warriors still try to fight Moro, but were eventually defeated, and Moro kills the soldier and gets his two wishes: restore his magic and break out all the galactic prisoners out of jail. And when that happens, they need to retreat. But this time, when Vegeta goes to Yardra to learn Force Spirit Vision, Goku decides just to go to Earth to prepare everyone for the fight, since he has practically reached his limit in Ultra Instinct. There is no point of training with mirrors. Mirror says that the Galactic Patrol will be on alert if they can sense any of the goods coming to Earth. So Goku uses instant transmission and teleports to the lookout, and informs everyone about the threat of Moro. And he begins to train with everyone, especially with Gohan and Broly, since they're the strongest besides Vegeta. Eventually, some Moro goons arrive at Earth, but they're easily dismantled by Piccolo, and he tries to interrogate them, but they get little information. Suddenly, Sen 3, Yamba, and Shimoreka arrive, and they begin to fight. And while Yamba was a little bit tricky for Krillin, thanks to him mastering every Yardang ability, he's able to keep up. Piccolo is also able to fight 7-3, but then 7-3 grabs his neck, and it gets a bit tricky, but then suddenly he's kicked into a boulder by someone, and Piccolo sees Gohan, Goku, and Broly have arrived to help, and they go fight 7-3. And with these powerhouses, 7-3 has to resort to his Moro powers early, but even with that, it's not enough defeating an Ultra Instinct Goku and Krillin, who can use Force Spirit Vision to take the energy back. And after some time, 73 is killed this time, and the other two prisoners are also dismantled. But now they know that eventually Moro will arrive, so they need to train even harder. And one of the goons says that Moro should arrive in about 2 months, so to train before then. He said that to make sure that they would make excellent meals for Moro. Goku trains with Gohan and Broly, but Gohan knows that his dad wants to focus on training Broly, so he goes to train with Piccolo more. Goku wants Broly to control his power, and maybe he can unlock that Ikari form he used when they first fought. If he had that control, it should be pretty useful, since Moro magic does not work on him. It does not matter if you drain his energy, when his power just keeps increasing. But it's also a double-edged sword, since he practically has infinite energy, which should just make Moro even stronger. But it should still be useful. Goku also trains with Krillin, because he saw how Spirit Vision worked against 7-3, so maybe if he learns Spirit Vision, he should be able to defeat Moro. Of course, Krillin's not the best teacher, but after the 2 months, he gets the basics of Spirit Vision. He cannot do it as well as Krillin, but he has some basic knowledge of the technique. And after the 2 months pass, everyone gets immensely stronger, since having 2 extra sparring partners is very beneficial. And Broly can finally transform to the Ikari form, and he has complete control over this form, which makes him immensely powerful. Even though he doesn't even have a Super Saiyan, he's still a powerhouse. When Moro's goons show up, after the 2 months, everyone splits up, with Goku, Gohan, and Krillin going to fight Moro. And Broly switches places with Krillin. He goes to fight the other goons. When Moro shows up, he says to Goku that he remembers him back from Namek, and he's ready to have another excellent snack from him. But Goku says that this won't be easy like last time, and he powers up to Ultra Instinct. Moro was shocked that Mortal has managed to unlock such a divine technique, but he's not too worried, since he did drain his energy, so he should be able to defeat him. Gohan also powers up to his ultimate form, and Krillin stays in the background, since he knows he's physically nothing to Moro. So Gohan and Goku begin to fight Moro, and surprisingly, Moro is able to keep up with both of them, but it's not an easy match for him. But then he realizes something. When he tries to drain their energy, it does not work. He's confused. Why isn't it working? Unknown to him, Krillin and Goku are using Force Spirit Vision, but since Goku has not mastered it, and it's hard for Krillin to hit him, they're only able to cancel the absorption, only rely on pure strength. So they continue clash, but with Goku and Gohan having great teamwork, it is beginning to overwhelm Moro. He calls Sagambo to help him, but he's easily dismantled by Gohan, and he comes back in the fight. The fight continues on, with Moro getting slowly overwhelmed, but then he gets punched in the face by someone, and he looks back, and he sees Broly. Since Broly was way stronger than Krillin, he dismantled the father soldiers pretty easily, so immediately he came back to go help. He transforms into his Ikari form and joins the fight, and with the 3 of them, they're able to easily dismantle Moro, no matter how strong he is. And when Moro is injured enough, Krillin is able to use Force Spirit Vision more effectively, and now his energy is being drained, and eventually Moro turns back into his old self and falls to the ground. Goku lands in front of Moro. He was thinking about sparing him, but he remembers the stories that Mirrors told him. This guy is pure evil, even worse than Frieza. He destroyed many planets. He almost even killed gods. And after so much time, he never regretted his action. There's no way this guy is allowed to live. Moro curses. Impossible. He cannot lose. And in a last-ditch effort, he tries to fire a point-blank blast at Goku, which catches Goku off guard. But then suddenly, Moro screams in pain, and then he disappears from existence. Goku confused. What happened? But then he sees Vegeta landing in front of him. Vegeta criticizes Goku again for being too soft and lowering his guard. Goku apologizes, but thanks Vegeta for the save. Vegeta scoffs again. He didn't manage to show off his new Spirit Vision, but he's happy that he killed Moro and redeemed himself from his past. After the death of Moro, the rest of the galactic prisoners were arrested, and they used the Dragon Balls to bring everyone back that died by Moro's hand, which Shenron is able to do, and everyone comes back to their normal lives, and Mirrors is able to survive. Well, stay an angel at least. Goku and Vegeta also decide to relax a little bit on Earth, since it has been a while. Now, the granola arc can't really happen since 7-3 was actually killed for good, so the heroes never learn about the surviving Saiyans and that Frieza was killed, so granola has no revenge plot. So the granola arc never happens, which means Earth lives in peace. Everyone has a huge feast at Capsule Court after the defeat of Moro, but before everyone leaves, Goku tells Vegeta that he wants one last sparring match with his rival, and Vegeta doesn't mind. So the two go to the wasteland where they first fought, and both power up to their maximum. Goku going Ultra Instinct and Vegeta going Ultra Ego. Vegeta looks at the crater that is still there when Goku first went Ultra Instinct. Vegeta says it's so interesting that Goku has managed to get the power of the gods when he cannot even go Super Saiyan and have the knowledge about divine energy, and how exactly he managed to go Ultra Instinct at the beginning of their first fight. And Goku tells him he has no idea. It may have been maybe a fluke. They both laugh, go to their iconic poses, and rush one another, having one last fight to determine who's the strongest. That's for now the end of this April Fool's scenario of what if Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct in the Saiyan Saga. I really did enjoy writing this scenario. It was a crazy ride. And if you want to see more videos like this video, subscribe and hit that bell icon to be informed of any future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next video.